The Ridgefield Oral History Project began with a question: whose stories are we missing? To answer that, we launched a 2-year collaboration between Ridgefield CT Pride, the Historical Society, and student volunteers from Ridgefield High School to document the lives and experiences of LGBTQIA+ people connected to this town.
We trained students in the art of oral history, and together we captured 33 interviews, each one personal, unexpected, and deeply human. These are the stories of people who lived, worked, or found community here. And for many, it was the very first time they were asked to share.
It's been validating, emotional, powerful, and above all, real. We're grateful to everyone who trusted us with their story, and now we're honored to share them with you.
What is your full name and what pronouns do you use?
I am Daniel Paul Michike, and I am he, him.
Chase Michael Hall, he, him.
My name is Keitha Kinney, and it's she and her.
Okay. I'm Daniela Sikora, and it's she and her.
Okay.
I go by JJ. My full name is Jessica Gerard. I use they, them pronouns.
My name is Shannon Elizabeth Keating. I use she, her.
Edwin Gerald Ebbs. Mom is my full name.
My name is Isabel Caparelli. I'm very well known as Izzy, more than anything.
Your full name and what pronouns do you use?
My name is Peter Banso, and I'm a he. Afraid of shoe, he.
My name is Christine Marie O'Leary, and the pronouns I use are she and her.
Bruce William Lombardi, he, him.
So my full name is June Preslav, and I go with she, her.
Rob Kruzikowski. And what was the
what pronouns do you use?
I use he, him, his. I'm Craig David Rosen, and I also use he, him, his.
My full name is Thomas Blaine Stubbs, and I use the pronouns him and his.
Cara McHale McKenzie, and they, them.
Fred Turpin, and you'll have to speak loud.
And what pronouns?
He.
Victor P. Torson Jr., and I use he.
Benjamin Ortiz, I use he and him.
My full name, I go by Bruce Rosenchik. My middle name happens to be Douglas after a great-grandfather, and I use he, him.
My name is Lynn Samantha DeSenza, and I use the pronoun she, her, hers.
Full name, Peter David Goldstein, and pronouns are kind of a new thing to me. I'm just me, but it would be he, him in today's terms.
Adam Broderick, and my pronoun I believe would be the same.
Yeah, I'm Jaden Mose, and my pronouns are he, him.
So my full name is Sarah Lynn Rachel Collins, and I use they, them pronouns.
My full name is Harry Graff. I have a middle name that I never use, but my middle initial is M. And I'm very much kind of he, him.
My full name is Brian Frank Terrence Perry, and he, him.
My name is Jeffrey Albanese, and my pronouns are him, his, him, his, him, and his. I can't think of the other one. They're all he's. He, him, and his. Okay. I've never had to think of what my pronoun was until recently, so.
If someone were to ask me, I would say that I'm a lesbian, and that for me also, I don't really use labels as much. I think of me as just who I am.
It's funny, I'm left-handed, and so I'm one of 10%. And I sort of liked being left-handed growing up because I felt special, and being 10% of, a different sexual orientation. I think I have that unicorn kind of thing that I'm like, I'm special.
I have to say that when I was younger, I felt that there was something very different about me. I was athletic. I played a lot of sports with my brother. I had an older brother.
We moved in with no problem, and then all of a sudden we get this letter from the welcome wagon.
Oh yeah, the welcome wagon.
To welcome new folks to the community and to the neighborhood. And
They brought a basket of food and flowers and gift cards and coupons to different. It gave us a whole map of this town and all the stores.
Well, in lieu of that, what had happened was that when the welcome wagon person came with the basket with all these things, she says, "Oh, we'd like to meet your wife." I said, "Oh, okay."
Understanding your sexuality is really important. Being with who you love is important, but I kind of would love to get to a point where that doesn't matter at all. Like, it doesn't matter at all. I want to get to the point where we don't have to come out. There's no point. It's just normal.
In part because of the difficult issues in the way that I was treated by my wife, that I tried to date women for another 3 years. Now, this was back in the day when being gay was considered a psychiatric issue.
I've been a Stonewall speaker since I came out as bisexual. So I was a bisexual male speaker, then I became a transgender female speaker.
I was born in 1962, so I came into my teens in the late 70s and the early 80s, and I had never have dreamed of having a gay student alliance in high school or anything like that.
I came to Ridgefield, I think it's 12 years ago now, because the guy I was dating lived here. We were set up, and I was doing a show in New York at the time, and he had a weekend house up here. So I started to sort of come up here, and I fell in love with the town, and then he kind of liked the town, but then we became just more and more in love with the nature of it, the people.
So I remember being at day camp as a 7 or 8 year old, and feeling different, and not, at that point it's not about anything sexual or anything like that. It's just sort of about feeling different and not really fitting in with the other boys.
We met in a bar. And I was thinking about that when we were reviewing this, about the era before swipe and social media. The bars were a very key part of our culture.
Yeah, I think like a lot of marginalized people, the best history is the history that comes right from the people who are living it and who have lived it.
But there are people in this town who have dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and I have friends that have dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and we talk about it. It's but to burn those relationships is to burn progress.
Yeah, I was raised in Ridgefield, and I felt like our family was a little unique in that I grew up in the same house that my mom had grown up in, because my grandma had moved to Ridgefield in the 70s.
When you get hurt for being who you are, you have to tell someone so you don't start to make your life smaller to fit.
So yeah, I think that's changed. I think people ask me, am I happy? And I say, yeah, I'm happier. I was happy before I transitioned. I'm even happier now.
In 1982, I guess, when I came out, I'm 16, 17, and I think AIDS had just hit the cover of one of the big national magazines.
Being in the military, you couldn't be gay. Now you can. Couldn't be gay. And I never told my parents, so it was a very difficult time.
Well, it was a tough time, right? Because in the early days, it was a death sentence. I've been living with HIV for 26 years. And so when I was first diagnosed, again, that handy-dandy compartmentalization thing, I just sort of got the diagnosis. There was nothing you could do. And so I just, hoped for the best for a few years.
Are there any people that you can specifically remember from your time spent at Stone?
I can remember me.
Yes.
Yeah, I had been at Stonewall the night before.
Yes.
I'm happy with who I am.
today, and I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't go through all of that. If I didn't go through it, it builds character. It makes me who I am. So
I have thought a lot about the importance of sharing one's history. Obviously, there's a private history, and as a public school teacher, I've had to keep my history quite private. But I think that the value of importance for kids who are trying to figure out their place in the world needs the comfort and the safety and also the historical perspective of where I was at one point. I've shared that with my own daughters, and they find it fascinating.
My new hometown in Guilford, Connecticut, which prides itself also in history, isn't doing a project like this. I think Ridgefield is special that it's doing something this neat to remember, underrepresented communities and recording history like this.
As for the present and future, what advice do you have for young queer people?
Well, this is a question that I thought about. It's hard. It's hard for me to actually put it into words. The first thing that comes to mind is to be true to yourself. And if you can't go to your parents or feel comfortable going to your parents, there is somebody out there that can help. And that, Elisa's group and what she's done and how much she's advocated, I wish there was an Elisa when I was growing.
And why did you decide to be interviewed today?
Because Ridgefield's awesome, and I appreciate that there's this whole project. I think it matters in ways people don't know yet.